Have you watched season 3 of Picard? I haven't finished it yet. Maybe you like it, maybe you love it, maybe you don't care, maybe you hate it, whatever. Regardless, what it will make you want to be is a captain of a starship. Howdy and welcome back. I'm Captain Mike, your board gaming every dude, and this, my friends, is Board Games for One. I'm bringing you today Solar Titans. This is a 1 to 4 player game by Sunny Side Up Games, and it is coming to Kickstarter on June 13th, so shortly after this video launches. So what Solar Titans is a face-off between battleships. We're still going to focus on the solo mode. Solo and co-op mode, and that is you versus a very scary Titan ship. Or you can do co-op and you can have 2 smaller ships versus the AI. That's right. So there's a very simple AI system. This is a prototype. It could look very different when it finishes. Also, I'm not selling this to you. I just want to show you what the game is, and please decide for yourself, is this a game for you? Let's go overhead. Okay, time for talking hands. Now, first, let me show you what you're looking at, and then I'll show you how it plays. We've got our ship over here. We've got the Titan AI ship over here. This ship is trying to take over the galaxy by destroying ours, but also by depleting the market supplies. We've got the market right here. When you play it solo, you may have more space. You can see how much space it takes on the table. This is an instruction booklet. This is a card, a standard side card. You can see the space. It's kind of crunched for the sake of the camera. Over here, hello, I've got my hand, I've got my player turn cheat sheet card, my layout card, I've got my repair cards, I've got the AI card, the AI thing, and the AI ship. How do you play the game? Very simple. There are different starting ships, so I've got the Hyperion 3, but there's a handful of others, and you simply create the ship from a deck of starter cards marked with the S that create your ship. You have armor, you have weapons, and you have necessary functional cards. So in this case, we've got armor all up here. We've got our alpha laser, and then we've got our targeting bay, which helps us with attack. We've got our command deck, which is necessary. If our command deck gets destroyed, we lose the game. And we've got our crew quarters. This is a deck building game, so we are trying to build our crew and our ship. We start with a deck of 10 cards, 5 here. You shuffle them up, you draw 5 of them, and you get to play them. Any cards that you don't use get discarded. If you run out of cards, then you shuffle your discard deck and you start with a new deck. You also have a limited number of repair cards, 5. So you can repair your ship 5 times in the game. That's it. Be careful. During my turn, I can spend money to buy cards from the market to add cards to my hand because this is a deck builder. I can also use these cards like the crew coordinator to discard cards so that I can clear out my deck, or rather recycle, not discard, actually just get rid of them so I can clean out my hand for better cards. I can also use cards to fire weapons, or if I don't want to fire this turn, to prepare to fire for the next turn. Alright, so I've got 4 coin. I can spend these 4 coin. I'm not going to recycle anything yet. I don't have enough of a deck, so I'm going to spend 4 coins, put it in the discard. I'm going to purchase this from the available market for 4 coins, as it shows right there, the heavy cannon. I put it in my discard so it can come into my hand later on. I immediately slide these over, and I replace with a new card. Then I've still got 1 card left over. I've got an arm card. I can fire 1 ship weapon or prep for future turns. I'd like to go ahead and fire. If I wanted to prep, I'd just put it there. I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead and fire 1 ship weapon. I've got an alpha laser right here, so I'm going to fire it. I've got here, it's got an attack value of 1, which means that I can attack a shield on the front for an attack value of 1. There are different weapons. Some of them attack in a straight line and they only attack the front. Some will actually pierce through. Some will only flank and go by the side, and you'll be able to tell from different icons. I'm not going to go over all of them, but there are different attacks. Some have an attack value of 1, some of 2, some of more. It depends on the weapon. So I have an attack value of 1. I can only destroy a defense level of 1. So this one has a shield of 1. As you can see, if it had a shield of 2, it wouldn't do anything. It has a shield of 1, I attack it, Boom, there we go. It is now damaged. And I discard all of my cards. If I didn't use something else, it gets discarded and is lost. I don't have any damage, but let's say I did. Let's say this light plate was damaged. I could play any one of my repair cards. It doesn't matter the number. I would have to discard it. It's out of the game for good, so I only have 4 more repairs, and I could flip that over. At the end of my turn, I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new cards. In my market, I can always purchase from the mercenary crew that allows an attack action, or to prep for an attack for future turns, or the hauling crew. It costs 2 coins. This is what allows me to move ship cards around. So if I had in my hand the hauling crew, one, I'd have 2 coins. This is worth 2 coins to spend to buy something else. Or I can move 1 ship card around. So if I didn't like where my light plate was, I could move it. The thing is, all pieces have to connect. I could not do that. What I could do is this, or this, as long as you stay within a 5x5 grid. Different modes affect the size of your grid. There are some cards with the symbol, like this one here, that show that they are not able to be moved. Now on a future turn, those cards that I bought are now showing in my hand. So at the beginning of my turn, I can always place a ship card wherever I want. I've got a heavy cannon, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it anywhere I'd like, as long as it attaches to another area. I'll put it right there, why not? Now I have these cards left to use or to spend. As you can see, this is an upgrade. This is worth 2 attack and 2 shield. That's it for my turn. That's all that I have to do. How about the Automa opponent? The Automa ship is set for either normal or hard difficulty. This is the normal ship setup. We'll pretend that wasn't damaged from the front to the back of the ship. To win this game, I have to disable their command deck. I have to do damage all the way through here to disable that. They win if they disable my command deck, or if they deplete the market. The Automa will start the game with 1 Automata card, which has some special ability or effect that happens in certain circumstances. Whenever that circumstance happens, you apply the effect. In this case, whenever Automata ends its attack phase without disabling any ship cards, something happens. You follow the directions. Pretty easy. You're going to draw a random one of these for every game, and I believe there's 6 of them that I counted. Again, prototype, so we'll see. But that's pretty good. You've got a few options. They will also start with a random card from the market. It has to be a ship card, either defense or attack. Whatever card it is that's drawn in place decides what they do. If it is a ship card like this with a defense on it, then what you do is you either replace a damaged card, in this case this one, I would remove it and I would replace it. Or if there were no damaged cards, then I place this over something weaker. And there is a priority system that tells us how to place it, starting with the center and then flanking. It's all in the instructions. Don't worry too much about it. You would discard whatever you replaced. If neither one of those options was applicable, then you simply discard the ship card they have, draw a new one for the end of their turn, and go back to your turn. If you draw a weapon card, then the ship will fire all weapons. You can choose the order. You would fire the alpha laser and the alpha laser, so that would be 1 damage, and it would fire against you. So we would take 1 damage, boom, we would fire the alpha laser, boom, we take another damage. It does have a priority system, so actually that would have fired in the center first. The priority system is mentioned in the rulebook. After it fires all weapons, it replaces any damaged weapon next to the command deck. Again, we're following a priority that's listed in the instructions. Hopefully there will be a cheat card in the final version. If that's not necessary, it will replace another damaged weapon elsewhere, or it will upgrade, in which you would do that and discard the old one. None of those apply. You simply discard it, draw a card for their next turn. So you always know ahead of time what they're going to be doing, so you can prepare for it. And that's it, folks. You get the gist of it for solo play as well as multiplayer. This is a confrontational game, one ship versus another ship, captain versus captain. What do you think? Is this for you? I've got the Kickstarter link below if it is for you, if you want to find out more information. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. I'm sure I can get the designer to hop in and answer himself as well. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like. Please be sure to subscribe so I can keep making these and building this community, because y'all are so cool to me. All right. I'll see you next time.